Hello everyone. In this video clip, we continue with our expansion. So let's start. Okay, so we are still under the expansion, but in this video clip, we're going to learn the second technique. When you see the question like this, two brackets, where each of them contain two terms. So how are we going to expand this one? All right, so using the similar technique like first one, we take this. We take the first term, multiply with the second bracket. So we write like this, A times C plus D. Next, we take the second term, multiply with the second bracket. So we write like this. So isn't it this will be in the same format as number one? So we just multiply as what we have done in the first type questions. So A times C, we got AC. A times D, we have AD. B times C, we have BC. B times D, we have BD. Of course, there is another way whereby we do not need to write this. That is only applicable, or I should say more suitable for two terms in the bracket. Yeah? So in this case, we shall do this. The first term multiply with the first term in the second bracket, followed by, then we get AC, yeah? Followed by A times D. We draw arrow like this. So we get the second one, AD. Followed by the second term times with the first term in the first bracket. So BC. Okay, over here BC. And then followed by B times D, BD. Okay, so we can draw arrow like this. Then we still get the answer without writing this out. However, this step is very helpful, especially when we have three terms in two brackets. So we will take the first times with the whole second bracket. So you have A times D plus E plus F, followed by B times the whole second bracket. So B times D plus E plus F. And lastly, C times the whole bracket. So C times D plus E plus F. And therefore, each of them, we can apply the technique as we learned in step number one, the first type question. So it will be much easier. Now, maybe you ask, can I use the arrow in the two terms? Can also, but it looks a bit complicated, okay? You see, first term with the first term with the second term, first term with the third term, no issue, still quite tidy. Second term with the first term, second term with the second term with the third term, it's still handled, all right? Can be handled. The last part, how can I draw my arrow so that, we reduce the confusion? So it's either use different color or you have to draw the arrow like this. Imagine you are using the same color pen or pencil, that it look very messy. So in order for us to calculate our maths fast and accurate, we try to reduce the messy, not so messy in our working. So less messy, high accuracy. Okay, that's my experience. So even though this kind of question, you will not experience it yet in Form 2. But as you go higher level, you may see this kind of question. So it's better to learn the first technique. And only for two terms in both brackets, we can draw the arrow like this. Otherwise, we should expand using this way. Okay, so let's look into the question that involving two terms in two brackets. Now, this is the arrow that we always draw in order for us to have a better view, better vision on what number is being multiplied. We can also use this method. Okay, this method, basically, you just write the A and positive B. We take it as positive B, not plus here. And then the second bracket would write down at the bottom, C plus D. Okay, and then we draw a line across. All right, and then we can multiply this one like this. Multiply this. A times C is AC. B times D is BD. So this one will produce the number at both ends. Here, AC and BD. Okay, and the one in the middle is the result of this cross multiplication, the big X here representing the multiplication symbol. So you got to cross multiply. So A times positive D, you got positive AD. C times positive B, we got positive BC. And you see I draw a line to separate it because over here, this part we got to plus it. Both positive, so same sign, find the sum. However, they are unlike terms, so our sum will be this. So when we rewrite, we will move this one right to the middle, which is this. So frankly, I use most of the time I use this method. This one I seldom or close to never. Okay, but it's up to you. If you feel comfortable with this method, just go ahead. And there is another one. Okay, I call it the boy's face. It's quite similar with the first method. It's just that the sequence is slightly different. I take first with the first, second with the second. And now the first with the second and the second with the first. I call this one inner pair and I call this outer pair. Okay, because it's linked the number outside, the outermost. This one is the innermost. So it looks like a boy's head. Now I don't really use this to expand. I use this one to double check my factorization. We will discuss this when we come to the factorization. Yeah. So to make things easier, we concentrate more on the first method, which is this one. Okay. Now, for example, like this, x minus 4, x plus 3. If I were to use the first method, I would do like this. First with the first, which is x squared. First with the second. So x times positive 3, yeah? So positive 3x. The second with the first. Negative 4 times x, so we got negative 4x. And then the second with the second. Negative 4 times positive 3, so we have negative 12. Do you notice that the one in the middle always the like term? So we have to combine it. So careful, yeah? So we have 3x and 4x like term, one positive, one negative. Different sign, find the difference. The difference between 3 and 4 is 1. So 1, no need to write. And who is the big boss here? 4. 4 is bigger. So it's more influential. So our answer is negative x, whereby the first term and the last term should remain. We copy it. That's it. That's how we get the answer, the expansion from using the first method. Can I use the second method? Yes, we can. We write like this, x minus 4. Oh, sorry, I have to put some space in between, x and negative 4, x and positive 3. Okay, so we draw the line like this. Okay, and for this one, we multiply. So we have x squared. Negative 4 times positive 3, we got negative 12. And then don't forget, we need to cross multiply it. X times positive 3, we got positive 3x. X times negative 4, we have negative 4x. And what are we supposed to do with this? Different sign, we find the difference. So the difference will be 1x. And who is the big boss here? The big boss is 4. So the answer is negative. And let's rewrite the answer. It will be x squared by putting this one in the middle, minus x minus 12. Same answer as the first method. What about the third method? So the third method, also the same thing, x minus 4, x plus 3. Okay, so we draw first with the first, that is x squared, and then second with the second, which is negative 12. Okay, and then the one in the middle is contributed by finding the inner pair and the outer pair. And the inner pair is negative 4x. The outer pair is positive 3x. So from here, we straight away find the sum of it. So same sign, different sign, find the difference. The difference is 4 and follow the big boss. Yeah? The 4 is bigger, carry negative. So with our answer is negative x. Same answer as the first two methods. Have you got this skill? All right. And then just focus in the first skill, which is this one. Now let's move on with more example to apply this method. Yeah. Okay. So over here, first with the first. So 2a times a, we have 2a squared. First with the second, positive here. So it's positive. 2a times c is 2ac. Number with number, variable with variable. So negative b with a is negative ba, or we can write ab because they are the same thing. A times b and b times a, they are the same. But we always write it according to the alphabetical order. So negative b times with positive c. So we have negative bc. Check if we have common, the like term. If we do not have the like term, this is our final answer. Next, 4x with x. 4 times 1, number times number, 4. Variable times variable. X times x is x squared, followed by the second arrow, first with the second. Positive times negative is negative. Always settle the sign, settle the number, settle the variable. So the number 4 times 3 is 12. The variable will be x times y, so xy. Followed by the arrow at the bottom. Positive times positive is positive. Y times x is xy. I write in alphabetical order. Easier, nicer. If you write yx, acceptable also. Positive times negative, negative. 3 times 1 is 3. Y times y is y squared. And check, do we have like term? Yes, we do. Negative 12xy, positive xy, they are like term. So if they are like term, what are we supposed to do with them? Different sign, find the difference. The difference between 12 and 1 is 11. And then we got to follow the big boss. The big number is 12. It carry negative, so this one negative. I'm comparing with the number without looking at the sign. Yeah, that's why I say 12 is bigger. Of course, negative 12 and positive 1. Positive 1 is bigger than negative 12. But when I am doing the comparison, I just compare the number 12 and 1 only. See which one is more influential. So 12 is more influential or more powerful. So it carry negative. That's why our answer is negative. Okay. So the rest, both ends terms will remain the same. So that's our expansion. The last part, 2x times x squared. So number times number. 2 times 1 is 2. X times x squared is x cubed. Then 2x times negative z. Settle the sign. Positive times negative is negative. Settle the number. 2 times 1 is 2. Settle the variable. X times z is xz. Followed by 5y times x squared. Settle the sign. Negative times the positive here. So negative. Number 5 times 1 is 5. Y times x squared is x squared y. Followed by the last arrow. Negative times negative is positive. 5 times 1 is 5. Y times z is yz. Okay? Settle the sign, settle the number, and settle the variable. And that is how we expand our algebraic expansion. Okay? So that's it for this part. I'll see you in the next video clip. Thank you.